is David Pilgrim. This is mostly going to be about the classroom, so I'm hoping that you get something out of that. I see the role of my office as being to, among other things, identify initiatives or support, financially and otherwise, initiatives that other people identify, then to monitor those initiatives and report on them. So you have some ideas, you have in your head, you have some incredible thing you want to do that will help Ferris State University become a more diverse and inclusive environment. I want to help. Urban Dictionary. Everybody heard of that? Yeah, got a cool group here. By the way, when I joke today, I'll do this. That way you know I'm joking. If I go too far, just say ouch. Okay, so tough crowd. Okay. I'll be here all next week. Anyway, I went to Urban Dictionary, just looked up diversity to see what people are saying. Because, of course, diversity is one of those areas where all Americans are on the same page and support it and want to create inclusive environments. Okay, I'm not going to do this every time. You're going to have to work with me. A death blow to the existing environment was killing American culture, another code word for gay rights. We recently extended healthcare benefits to what's called other eligible adults, as it were. That's not just, quote, gay people or bisexual, but also people that are not traditionally married. And that was a very interesting thing. Ferris does not have the reputation for being the most liberal place in America, but I will tell you this, we as a campus, we had the necessary discussions, we worked on that, and there was some, let's just say there was some interesting dynamics there, but it got done, okay? Diversity is an office at your local university where people walk around in traditional African garb. Now, I, by the way, look good in African garb. I actually have some of it. One of my colleagues, I would tell you this time, one of my colleagues came one time, I had on some African garb, and he came up to me and he goes, "What a wonderful costume that is." And I was like, oh my goodness. A theory that somehow tries to convince us that quality no longer matters. If that's what it is at any level of Ferris, I wouldn't be a part of it. I believe that you can have excellence and you can have diversity and that those things can be weighed together like this. I believe that. As a matter of fact, I think it's a part of being an excellent university. Anyone other than a white guy, we had one person that got back to me because I have spies in East College, and when people criticize me, they come back and tell me these things. I'm going to do this every time. I'm going to need to be able to apply it at some point. Okay? But anyway, he was referring to my office as the Office of Diversity and Exclusion. And that's just not right. That's not right. What that office is an office that believes, and in part it's easy to say this because I helped create that vision, that what diversity means is finding a way to make sure that all people, I mean, we're a state university institution. We're not, it's not Hope College. I got nothing but love for Hope and Calvin, but that's not where we are. We are a state university school, and our founder, and I know people get tired of me saying this, but our founder, Mr. Ferris, wanted to create an institution for all the men, all the women, all the boys, all the girls, in all the states, all the time. I don't know if you count that, but that's 6 alls. So I take it at his word. So that means everyone. That means a college where you could be a white evangelical Christian or white atheist. You know, where you could be in a wheelchair or run the 100 in 9.3 like I do. It's not a joke. You know, a place where you can have no religion at all, be very religious, a place where you can be poor, or a place where I'm starting programs all the time for people that are poor, a place where you can be wealthy and be comfortable here. That's what diversity is. It's not about just minorities. It's about creating an environment where all people, including minorities, feel that the university belongs to them as much as it belongs to anyone else. Okay. All right, next slide, please. I added, did you skip one or was that it? That's good. Okay, yeah, there you go. We came up with this definition. We put together a group at the time. It was 27 people from different parts of the campus. We started working on definition of diversity, and then we took that out to the university. I don't know if you remember the summer university that we had. Lots of debates about what diversity would be. And we tried to be as inclusive as we could here at Ferris. We tried to be as inclusive. And so we had things that a lot of other places would not have, like gender identity. And someone said to me once, "You only have 2 transgender people on your campus, and neither one of them are post-operative." I'm like, so? We want an environment where all people are welcome. Okay? And I go, yeah, but this whole religious or ethical value system, what are you saying? What I'm saying is diversity is also about diversity of thought and opinion. I come from the Ohio State University. I had never heard of pagans. I had never heard of Pantheist Wicca. Next thing I know, I'm sitting in an amphitheater at a Pantheist Wicca wedding. And I'm from Mobile, Alabama. I'm sure that's the first time that had ever happened in the history of the Western Hemisphere. Right? But we want to create a campus where all people are welcome. And you know what I mean by that. These people start getting weird about it, but that's our difference. All right, next. We changed the name of the office from the Office of Diversity, which it was for a long time, to the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, recognizing that it's not just enough to welcome people to your campus. Once they're there, their ideas have to matter. They have to matter. The old power structures at the institution have to be challenged. That there has to be a bigger table, not just more seats at the table. The table has to be bigger and more seats. Okay? And this is an everyday struggle. But that's what I mean by inclusiveness, where you empower people. Go all the way around the world, get someone from China, bring them here, make them feel like they don't belong here. That's ignorance. And it's immoral. Okay. Next. That diversity plan, which by the way, at one point it was 60 pages long, because what we did was tell everybody at the campus what they should do. Told all the VPs what they should do. They love that too, by the way. Told all the deans what they should do, told all the professors what they should do, told the president what she told everybody what they should do, and told them when to start. In that document, it had 4 major goals. Create a university that's welcoming to diverse populations. Recruit, retain, and graduate a diverse student body. Hire and retain a diverse workforce. And the one that is of some special interest to us today is the 4th one. To create environments for student learning that are inclusive of and sensitive to a diverse student population. What does it say if when you ride down the street here at Ferris, drive down the street, and you see the pictures up, they're very diverse on the poles. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Hopefully you did. And if, when you read in our literature, there are diverse populations there, and if you see diversity everywhere, you see it all somewhere, and all of that, but when you get to the classroom, that in a meaningful way, it is not diverse or sensitive to diversity. That's not good. So, I taught for a long time. I have some misgivings about giving advice about teaching because it implies that I know what I'm talking about. And there's even the implication that I know more about what I'm talking about than the people listening. And I hope you don't take it that way. It is simply that I used to think a lot and still think a lot about the classrooms I would have liked to be in.